we are here on the same exercise, exercise 4.1, which is given on page 39. Good morning to each one of you, and I hope you have completed the previous 5 sums and got them ready so that you can continue from sum number 6 onwards. We are targeting the last 5 sums of this particular exercise. Now what you see written on top, very clearly you can see that they are all the prime numbers that I have listed down. You don't have to write this in your notebook. We have just kept this for reference. You don't have to write it. But yes, when the examination is happening, somewhere in a rough column that you will make in your page or at the end of the page, it's better to do it at the end and keep referring to it as well. But this is how we enlist our prime numbers. Now if you can see, I have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and 19. These are my prime numbers between 1 and 20. Remember that 1 is not a prime number because it has only one factor, and that is the number itself. In order to be a prime number, you must have only 2 factors, the number itself and number 1. Then I have already taught 23 and 29, 53 and 59 and 83 and 89 are similar. That is why you notice I have underlined them with yellow chalk. Then I have, in the 30s I have only 31 and 37, and in the 60s I have 61 and 67. And therefore you will notice I am underlining with the blue chalk. The 40s and 70s are also the same numbers except of the last number. In 40, I have 47. I cannot have 49 because 7 sevens are 49. And in the 70s, I have 71, 73, 41, 43, but here I have 47. Here I have to have 79 and not 77 because 77 is divisible by 11. As I told you, the 80s are similar to the 20s and the 50s. The only prime number in the 90s is 97. No other number is prime in all the 90s. In the entire 90s column, there is only one prime number, and that prime number is 97. Let's come to the exercise. The exercise says, the 6th sum, write all the prime numbers between 50 and 100. The first prime number that I come across in the 50s, there are only 2, that is 53 and 59. In the 60s, I have 61, 67, 71. In the 70s, 71, 73, 79. In the 80s, 83 and 89. And the only prime number in the 90s is 97. So there I have listed all my prime numbers between 50 and 100. Now remember children, it's very important for you to know your prime numbers till 100. And I have given you a solution, a breakthrough method by which you can remember and you can learn all your prime numbers. And that is that the 20s and the 50s and the 80s are all the same. So if I have 23, 29, if I know 23 and 29 are the only 20s prime number, 53 and 59, 83 and 89. If I know my 30s, then I know my 60s. Because 31 and 37, 61 and 67. There are only 2 prime numbers in the 30s and there are only 2 prime numbers in the 60s that are similar. 31, 37, 61, 67. The 40s are similar to the 70s, but the last number is different. I have 41, 43, 71, 73. But in the 40s, the last number is 47. In 70s, the last number is 79. And again, I am repeating myself as I have told you on and on again and again. The only prime number that I have in the 90s is the number 97. So I have listed my numbers from 50 to 100. We move on to the next sum. The next sum says, write all even numbers between 40 and 60. What are even numbers? We've already discussed and I have explained it to you. Even numbers are numbers that are divisible by 2. They have told us to enlist or write all the even numbers between 40 and 60. So I have to start after 40. I cannot involve 40 in it because it's saying between 40 and 60. So 40 will not be written, 60 will not be written. So the next number after 40 that is divisible by 2 is 42. And then every alternate number, not next number, leaving the next number, because the next number will be an odd number. 43 is an odd number. So 42, the next number 44, the next number 46, then I have 48, then I have 50, then I have 52, then I have 54, then I have 56, then I have 58. After this comes 60, but I cannot write 60 because they are telling me to enlist the numbers between 40 and 60. So 40 has to be left out, 60 also has to be left out. So these are all your even numbers between 40 and 60. Coming to next sum that says write all odd numbers less than 20. What are odd numbers? Odd numbers are numbers that are not divisible by 2. So they have asked us to write all odd numbers less than 20. So here less than 20 means I will go up till the last number just before 20, that is 19. They have not told us in between this, so it said less than 20. So I start with my first odd number. My first odd number is number 1. Then comes 3. Then comes 5. Then comes 7. Then comes 9, 11, 13, 15, 17 and 19. I stop there. That is why they said less than 20. In any case, you cannot write 20 because 20 is an even number. It's not an odd number. So this is how you do sum number 6, 7 and 8. Remember, the instruction has to be written by you. After the instruction, I will not write the instruction because the instruction is already given in the text. So you need to have your textbook in front of you. There is no point of me writing the instruction which is already written in the text. That's why I read it out to you. So instruction from the textbook and solution from the board. This is how you do it. Remember, this does not have to be written. This I have written for you because in also the next 9th and 10th sum, we will be requiring this information. For you, it's very simple because when the exercise is given, just above the exercise, all your prime numbers have been circled and all your composite numbers have been cut. Coming back to prime numbers, I would like to share an information with you which I will again repeat when I am doing sum number 9 and 10. And that is, if you look at all your prime numbers are also odd numbers. The only even prime number is number 2. All the other even numbers are not prime numbers, they are composite numbers because they are divisible by 2. They have another factor that is divisible, that is 2. To be a prime number, it has to be divisible by 1 or the number itself. So you find that all the numbers that are listed out here in pink, all are odd except number 2. Number 2 is the only even prime number. So what we can work out from this is that all prime numbers are odd except of number 2. But all odd numbers are not prime numbers. All odd numbers that we know of are not prime numbers. Because there is an odd number 9 which is also divisible by 3. There is an odd number 15 that is also divisible by 3 as well as 5. There is an odd number that is 49 that is also divisible by 7. So there are many odd numbers that are divisible by other numbers and they cannot be prime numbers. But all prime numbers are odd except of number 2, that is the only even prime number.